Hey everybody, welcome to Slash Bash, where today I am bringing you another Choosing Beggar Reddit video. If you are new to the channel, then subscribe and click on notifications so you don't miss out on the fun. In our first story, a Choosing Beggar mother wants a discount for having to wait at a restaurant. Spoiler alert, in the end, she doesn't have to wait or to eat. Let's jump right in. Okay, so for context, I work as a cashier at a pizza joint. Also, I was still 16, so I was pretty young working at the job. So where I work, on the weekend it gets pretty busy since there are so many parties going on. And when I say busy, I mean it. Orders on orders, lots of talking, money going into the register for up to 8 hours straight. Wait time can also get long, up to 1 hour and 30 minutes. When I tell people what the wait time is, they are mostly okay with it, and I always recommend to order ahead of time since it's good marketing. One day the wait time was at its highest, and here comes this woman in her mid-40s with an army of kids in her presence. For this, we'll call her Choosing Beggar. The following happens. Hi, how can I help you today? I want to order. Absolutely, what would you like to order today? She then orders 9 extra-large pizzas, 12 kids' drinks, and $60 worth of tokens, which in total was easily over $200. Alright, your total for today will be $210, as far as I could remember. What? That's too much. Read my order again. That's your correct order. Well, how long will it take to be made? Give around over an hour for it to be ready. Why so long? I should get my order faster. I looked at the screen behind me. There's over 10 orders ahead of yours. I wouldn't be able to get it to you faster. Can you give me a discount for having to wait so long? You're the cashier, you can do it. I can't. One, I don't know how to give discounts, and I'm not authorized to since I would need my manager to approve it. How old are you? 16. You don't even know how to give discounts? Yeah. I want to speak to your manager. I go call my manager and she comes to the front. What's the problem here? I want a discount for having to wait too long. I'm sorry, I can't. Wait times aren't an excuse for discounts. Well, I want one. Now my children are hungry. Sorry, but if you want to eat, you have to pay in full and wait for your order. Choosing Beggar then goes on and on about how it's difficult being a single mother and how we should care about it. Manager was having enough of it and told her if you're not going to buy, then leave. How dare you? It's my child's birthday. And we have other parties here for birthdays, and you are disturbing them with your complaining. The world doesn't revolve around you. Choosing Beggar then says I was mean to her, to which my other coworkers said I wasn't. Choosing Beggar ended up leaving and saying we messed up her child's birthday. The audacity of some people. Please, treat cashiers nicely. We deal with crazy people a lot, and it gets old pretty quickly. I don't know if it's the weeks of social isolation, but the thought of being in a restaurant surrounded by birthday parties and complaining parents sounds like a nightmare to me. Story 2 gives us a Choosing Beggar who goes into a rage to get a refund for some hair straighteners because they don't work. Okay, so around last year, my mom sold her hair straighteners. She didn't use them anymore and we needed some money. She made sure they worked and sold them to this girl. I was in my room at the time and I believe my sister was with me. We share a room. The girl's boyfriend came by and said that they didn't work anymore and they wanted a refund. My mom insisted that they worked and that she had tested them beforehand. Note that these were expensive hair straighteners and she sold them cheap. This guy got quite mad and shouted at my mom. Bad move. Luckily, my dad was home at the time, and it is important to note that my little brother was sitting under the window playing with his toys. This guy said that they wanted a refund immediately. My mom said that they couldn't because we spent the money on rent since we live in a council house in a rough area. For example, 2 days ago, a few streets down from us, we literally had a situation where someone tried to kill some people. The rest of the money we had left, my mom spent on my sister, my brother, and me. This guy got really pissed and shoved the hair straighteners into my mom's arms. My mom put them on one of the bins outside in case the guy wanted to take them. This guy grabbed the hair straighteners and chucked them at the window. I'll remind you that my brother was underneath it. This shocked and terrified my mom. She has had anxiety since 2018 when her younger brother, my uncle, died. My sister and I didn't know anything had happened even though we were right above them. The hair straighteners weren't damaged, and luckily neither was the window, which was a relief because my brother is very young. He was around 1 at the time, so if the window had broken, it would have either severely injured him or maybe even killed him. My mom didn't press any charges. Soon after the guy left, my friend knocked on the door, which scared my parents a bit until they realized it was him. I went off with my friend to the park, but when I came home, I sat on the couch next to my mom and asked her what happened. She told me the story and then wanted to test the hair straighteners on my hair. It's a bit short, but incredibly curly, so I let her. They flipping worked! My incredibly curly hair was now straight. Later, my mom gave the straighteners away for free, and the lady was lovely and bought a sweetie, candy if you're American, for my sister, my brother, and me. I'm coming to realize that there's a whole world of angry hair straightener buyers that I didn't even know existed. The only thing I think was a big mistake here is they should have sold those hair straighteners again because they seemed to get a lot of money for them the first time. Story 3 shows us a futon seller who has had his fill of choosing beggars. This is the most annoying futon I have ever put up for sale in my entire life. I've heard it all since posting this futon. Highlights include, can I hold it for 4 days? Will I deliver it 3 counties away for no compensation? Is it both smoke and pet free? Do I have a video of it? Will I take $5? Look, if you need someone to hold a $20 piece of furniture for 4 days, then you shouldn't be spending $20, period. If you're going to ask me to drive through 3 counties to deliver a piece of furniture to your door and then offer 0 compensation for it, you're a horrible person. If you think lowballing me during the corona apocalypse is a good idea, it's not, because I'm just gonna make fun of you on Twitter and YouTube so others can laugh about how morally depraved you are as well. Months from now, when this is all over and people are healthy and not at risk again, how you treated people during this time is going to affect how people treat you for the rest of your life, I promise. Anyway. $20 click-clack futon. Could use a gentle cleaning as it's been in storage for a while. Works fine. Still pretty comfortable. Meet in Ellettsville, first come, first serve. Absolutely no holds. That's the way to do it, futon man. No futon for you! In story 4, we have a Choosing Beggar author who wants to screw over her illustrator just as they come to the end of their project. Hi Illustrator, I hope you are enjoying this sunny day. I'm in the midst of finalizing some things for the book, and I need you to understand one important thing because you'd mentioned ownership before, and this is part of the contract, so I don't want you to be taken by surprise. By virtue of publishing the book with a publisher, you are selling the rights to the pictures in exchange for our agreement. You are free to keep the originals, but you can't own the pictures and have the publisher essentially lease them from you. I just don't want that to surprise you when you see the agreement. Also, next time I will have an agreement up front. Thank you for being patient with me. This is also a learning experience for me. Hi, author. I've done a bit of extra research and I just wanted to calmly explain over email what my thought process was this afternoon. Because we had discussed the contract for the illustrations before, I was caught by surprise when your text said that I would be giving away ownership. There are a few reasons for this, though. If I sign away the copyright of the drawings to you, then I won't legally have the right to promote myself or reproduce my own drawings in relation to the product, i.e. the book, which would mean that I couldn't even use my drawings in my portfolio, or to reproduce for selling as offshoot items such as calendars and cards and so forth. It would also mean I wouldn't have the legal right to promote the book on my own, which wouldn't be a win for you either, and it doesn't lead to the scenarios we discussed over the phone just a few days ago. Also, given that I've done the work without payment and my compensation will be given in the form of 25 free books for me to sell, plus the 30% royalties from any additional book sales, it makes more sense for me to retain the copyright ownership of my work. What I see as a win-win solution here is that you retain copyright and ownership of the written work, and I retain copyright and ownership of the illustrations. But I'm agreeing to license you to reproduce the illustrations, and in return, I would like to include the following language in our agreement. The artist grants the client reproduction rights. The artist retains the right to use the artwork for self-promotion, in the artist's portfolio, for the production and sale of prints, cards, calendars, and similar products, and for inclusion in collections of the artist's work, provided that the artist does not use the artwork in connection with another literary or cinematic work of any kind. The client's right to reproduce the artwork is unlimited, provided that such use is in connection with or to promote the client's product. Since this is also my first time drawing up a licensing agreement for my illustrations, I still have a bit of learning and research to do. If you agree to give me ownership of my drawings, and if we can come to an agreement from that point, that would be ideal. Let me know what you think. We can discuss over the phone as well. I'll keep doing more research tomorrow to see if I can learn more. All the best, Illustrator. Good morning, Illustrator. At this point, I'm not sure what to do. I had offered you an agreement where in addition to the books and the 30% of agreed distribution, you could also purchase the books at a reduced rate and sell entirely on your own and keep the profits. An agreement I think is more than fair. Our conversation yesterday was not at all what I expected, and I'm taking the blame for that because I should have made roles and boundaries clear from the outset, which I did not do because I was taking care of a new baby and you came as a surprise. At this point, I am considering a few things as I hesitate about a lease agreement because I'm not interested in a long drawn-out process with you over a book that isn't going to get either of us rich, as I've mentioned numerous times before. So I will either take this to a lawyer for advice, but that will cost money and time and is not a priority for me right now, or I will offer to pay you outright for the drawings if you have a reasonable price, or we give this time. It's already been over a year, so no need to rush this part and we think more about this. Or, I just don't publish this work. You can have your drawings and this was a failed experiment in what a working relationship could be. Sincerely, Author. Good morning, Author. I actually like the idea of working with a lawyer to help draw up an agreement that works for both of us, and I would be happy to split the bill if it's a price we can mutually afford. I've actually reached out to a copyright law firm to request a quote specifically for creating an agreement between an author, publisher, and an artist, so I'll let you know what they say. Of course, if you know someone you trust and have worked with previously, then maybe we can compare price points. I would rather not walk away from this project until we've tried everything to make a deal work for both parties. I'm confident that if we get a professional involved who can objectively help us get a good deal each, then we can proceed to publish, having the confidence going forward. The legalities are always tricky for any project. Let me know what you think. Cheers, Illustrator. Okay, Illustrator. I don't have the money or time for a lawyer right now. We can consider this project officially canceled. In the beginning, you presented yourself as someone who wanted to make a dream come true, and I've offered you a fair deal, while also trying to maintain your expectations around the size and scope of this, which I think you believe is larger than it is. I will drop off your drawings today. Now, I know you guys are thinking exactly the same thing I am. Reading 6 pages of correspondence about legalese was a brilliant idea. More of that, please. But I really did think it was fascinating how someone would spend a full year collaborating on a project and then throw it away simply because they didn't get their way. This has been John from Slash Bash. If you made it through to the end of this one, then bless you. If you've enjoyed this video and want to see more of them, then please hit that subscriber button. We'd love for you to drop a like and share it with your friends, and we will see you in the next one.